I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Molly Shen. A King County judge who was appointed to serve as U.S. attorney, then immediately fired by the president, is now suing to get his job back. KOMO's Jeremy Harris is live at the federal courthouse with why the judge says the president didn't have the authority to fire him. Jeremy.
Yeah, Molly and Preston, this is a fight here in Seattle that is getting national attention, and rightfully so. The U.S. attorney is a very important position that makes critical decisions about federal prosecutions and policy. The fight over who will lead the U.S. Attorney's Office in Seattle could be settled in court. Roger Rogoff, a King County judge who was briefly appointed as U.S. Attorney last week, is now suing the Trump administration, alleging his firing after less than an hour on the job was unlawful.
I'm informing you that pursuant to his authority, President Trump is hereby removing you from the office of the United States Attorney.
Here's what he told us shortly after he was fired.
And when the judges appoint somebody constitutionally and statutorily, and they're summarily dismissed without a conversation, without an examination, without any understanding of what they intend to do when they get into office, then yes, I think that firing is not appropriate and is most likely unlawful.
Rogoff's lawsuit alleges the panel of judges who appointed him had legal authority to fill the job vacancy until the administration nominates and confirms a new U.S. attorney.
I was pretty settled with the idea that this was probably going to be the result.
But Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche disputes that, saying the president can fire appointed U.S. attorneys if he wishes. It's a high-stakes decision because the U.S. attorney oversees dozens of federal prosecutors across western Washington. They prosecute federal cases and also handle civil matters. For now, Trump appointee Charles Neal Floyd will stay in his post as first assistant U.S. attorney and oversee the office while Rogoff's lawsuit moves forward. Neal Floyd is a veteran federal prosecutor who also served in the Army and worked as an immigration judge. He was the Trump administration's appointee to lead this office late last year. He's been in this position since that time, and for now he'll stay as the head of the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Seattle. Reporting live in Seattle, Jeremy Harris, KOMO News.
So, Jeremy, what's the next step in the lawsuit?
Well, Rogoff's lawsuit is asking for a preliminary injunction, and that could include, if the judge is so inclined, they could potentially order that he gets his job back. That's what he's seeking in that injunction. So we'll see when that goes before the court and how the court rules on that, potentially putting him back in the office or keeping things the way they are right now.
All right, Jeremy, thank you.